afternoon. Here is the news at 1. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State government has announced that no child must be left behind and be denied the right to education across the state. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget, Ibrahim Obajomo, reiterated that the state government is committed to ensuring that education is accessible to every child, irrespective of socio-economic class or circumstances, as part of efforts to ensure a better and secure future for the children. Speaking at a one-day training program organized for coordinators, supervisors and field officers on the out-of-school children survey, Obajomo said data that would be generated from the exercise will be beneficial in returning out-of-school children in Lagos to the classroom. He maintained that lack of finance and other social-cultural factors are some of the reasons some children are out of school. Obajomo informed the survey officers that the exercise will be rigorous, advising that they must, however, ensure that data collected accurately reflects the challenges faced by those surveyed. Lagos State government says arrangements have been concluded by the Lagos State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board to effect the refund of the Hajj fare paid by some intending pilgrims for the 2022 Holy Pilgrimage. The board's Director of Public Affairs, Taufik Lawal, explained that the beneficiaries are intending pilgrims who had willingly applied for refunds of their Hajj fares paid between 2019 and 2022 for the exercise in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and noted that the beneficiaries are expected to fulfill some requirements before getting the refund. Lawal said those in the I'm Alive category are expected to produce the original and photocopies of receipt of payment, 2 passport photographs, and any one of the following: utility bills, PHCN and LOMA, proof of residency, LASDRA card, or data page of their international passport. He said in the case of those who have died, the next of kin are expected to produce original and photocopies of the death certificate payment receipt and the data page of the deceased international passport. The FCT Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board has pledged to continue with the successes recorded in the 2022 Hajj operations during the 2023 exercise. Director of the board, Mohammed Damalam, said the welfare of Abuja pilgrims is a religious obligation that the board is charged to discharge credibly. Damalam said the 2022 pilgrimage is an emergency one that the board was able to put its house in order to carry it out satisfactorily, adding that in 2023 enough time will be available to prepare. The federal government has announced that upgrading of road infrastructure within the tertiary institutions is another strategic intervention of the government at supporting education through a conducive learning environment. Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, made this known at the handing over of a reconstructed car park and internal roads inside the Yaba College of Technology, Yabatech, Lagos. The minister, who was represented by the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Umaru Bakari, handed over 64 rehabilitated roads in different federal tertiary institutions across the country. Reacting, the rector of Yaba College of Technology, Obafemi Omokugbe, pleaded with the government to support with a new road within the satellite campus of Yabatech in Ekwe, thereby expressing gratitude to President Muhammadu Buhari's administration for the intervention, which he said Yabatech has benefited 3 times within 5 years. The Federal Road Safety Corps has warned motorists against speeding and dangerous driving, especially at construction zones, to stem road crashes during the Yuletide. FRSC Sector Commander in Ogun State, Ahmed Umar, said motorists traveling during this festive period to celebrate with their loved ones should be careful and pay special attention to construction areas where overtaking is prohibited. Umar said FRSC had deployed both regular and special marshals for a special patrol, which commenced on December 15 and will end on January 15, 2023, to control traffic gridlock across the state. He added that radar guns would also be used to detect speed of oncoming vehicles to reduce road crashes to the barest minimum. Now to foreign news. Tunisia's main opposition coalition says President Kais Saied must resign after fewer than 9% of eligible voters took part in parliamentary elections. The National Salvation Front head, Najib Chebi, said Saturday's poll was a fiasco, calling for mass protest to demand snap presidential elections. The vote was boycotted by most opposition parties. They accused Mr. Saied of reversing the democratic progress made since the 2011 uprising, a charge he denies. After sacking the Prime Minister and suspending Parliament in July 2021, a year later, Saied pushed through a constitution enshrining his one-man rule after a vote that was also boycotted by the main opposition parties. Now, sports. Argentina will face France in the 2022 World Cup final game today in Doha. Excited fans in France and Argentina are counting down the hours to what promises to be a more memorable World Cup final. History is on the line for both sides. France are aiming to become just the third team to retain the trophy in its 92-year history, following in the footsteps of Italy and Brazil. For Argentina, the hopes and dreams of the nation rest on the shoulders of Lionel Messi. That was our news at 1. Just before we go, make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on our website, www.trafficradio961.ng, and follow us on our various social media platforms. Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can now download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM from Play Store for more traffic updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration received the reviewed version of the Lagos Tourism Master Plan from 2020 to 2030? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to newsroom@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebeshi. I am Dele Agadumo. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.
Your home for timely, reliable, accurate, dynamic, innovative, and objective traffic reports. That's why we are your T-Radio on 96.1 dial. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
My good people of Lagos, this message on Talk Bege will follow. To the buy medicine from hawkers and illegal medicine sellers, not for you.
To the buy medicine, no be like to the buy food stuff or provisions, because drugs